Ils étaient hier sur la Alter Stage, Morbid Angel, on les a chopés en interview. On retrouve tout de suite David Vincent. Bonjour David.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bon, c'est pas la première fois que Morbid Angel joue au HellFest. Qu'est-ce que ça te rappelle cet endroit? T'as de bons souvenirs ici?
Well, actually, this is a wonderful festival. And I was just commenting to some of my comrades backstage about how, you know, the French are really good at some things. You know, food and wine. And then you come to this festival, and there's such an artistic detail to all the little, like the tents and everything has this feel to it where there's an atmosphere. And it's obviously other people appreciate it because I see fans from all over the world, you know, the flags from their country as far as South America. Everyone, and it's a growing festival. I mean, each year we've played here a couple times now. This is our third time playing at HellFest. And this is a festival that we look forward to, and we're thankful that we were invited to come back. Yep.
Oui, j'ai vu que tu t'es un peu baladé au Extreme Market. Tu as d'ailleurs un t-shirt de nos amis de Hero Clothing que je vois que tu portes là. T'as fait un peu de shopping? Qu'est-ce que t'as acheté?
Well, you know, I like to get out and experience the festival in the same way that a fan would, when I have time to do so. You know, sometimes we have to come and play a show, and then we're off the next day to another town, another show. But when I have the time, I like to get out and experience what other people are. And again, this is one of those festivals where there's so much to visually look at, and the atmosphere is so nice. And then I have a chance to get out and speak with some of the fans and tell everyone that I'm glad that they're here, you know?
Et bon, on est content de te voir aussi à l'aise dans un festival.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Alors lors de votre dernier passage, Illude, le dernier album n'était pas encore sorti, vous aviez seulement joué en 2011 I Am Morbid, si je me rappelle bien. Cet album était très attendu par les fans qui n'avaient pas chanté dans Morbid Angel depuis Domination en 1995, si je ne me trompe pas. Cependant, il a reçu un accueil assez mitigé. Vous attendiez, vous, à autant de polémiques?
Well, being in Morbid Angel, I'm nothing new to controversy. That's always been something that's been part of this band. What's interesting to me is that there was it's an extreme record, and there were extremely different opinions about it from a lot of people. And well, this comes with the territory. I mean, Morbid Angel is a maverick band. Yeah, we don't follow rules; we write them. And sometimes people have an expectation of one thing. Well, listen, there's many bands out there where they know exactly what to expect. And then they get that same record every time. And Morbid Angel, I believe, every one of our records is different. And this is just a progression of that. It's not like we're trying to do a new style of music or whatever. There's still plenty of very brutal death metal. There just happens to be a few tracks on there that are a bit more experimental. And some people have told me that they've been reawakened to Morbid Angel because of this record. And then other people have said, "Oh, I wish you wouldn't do that." And you know, it's fine. Everyone has an opinion, and the record is finished. So now it's up to them to decide what they like. And again, it's interesting to me. At least they have an opinion about something. It's not just, "Oh, I heard it," and then they move on. You know, they're passionate about it. We're passionate artists, and we have passionate fans as well. So
je crois que le message est clair. Hein. Too extreme, c'est dit dans le texte.
Well, it may be too extreme for some people. That's for sure.
Alors une frange extrême de votre public vous a reproché d'avoir fait un album plus commercial avec Illude, de la même manière qu'ils ne comprennent pas que ZZ Top, Whitesnake ou Def Leppard soient sur le même festival que Marduk ou encore Immortal. Est-ce que les clivages entre famille métal te dérangent?
Actually, I think it's good. I like playing festivals that have more diversity on it because from a fan standpoint, then I get to see bands that maybe I wouldn't normally see, that I wouldn't normally be sharing a stage with. And I also get to play my music for fans who are not necessarily Morbid Angel fans. So I think it works well. If someone doesn't like it, listen, there's so much music going on here today. If someone has a complaint about this band or that band, I like ZZ Top. I like Kiss. You know, I grew up listening to this, you know, to these different kind of bands. And I personally enjoy the diversity like this. I think it makes for a stronger festival.
Bon, maintenant tu as plus de 30 ans de carrière, à peu près, hein, c'est ça, 30 ans Morbid Angel hein?
Oh, yeah. Don't remind me.
Est-ce que c'est un nom culte aujourd'hui? Est-ce que c'est un statut difficile à porter parfois d'être un groupe culte?
I don't look at it that way. I take each day as a day in life, a day full of opportunities for new experiences, to meet new people, to taste a new food, to visit a new country, to make new friends, to hear great music, and to share my music with others. If I've somehow been a part of someone's life and I've been able to inspire them in some way, then that's a bigger gift than a check with lots of ones and zeros on it, you know?
Comment vois-tu Morbid Angel en 2013 par rapport à l'idée que tu t'en faisais lorsque tu as rejoint le groupe?
Well, I think that we're a band that's grown an awful lot. I mean, if you listen to the progression from Altars of Madness through the years, nothing that we do is ever the same. And I think that that's been, again, commentary on the legacy is the fact that we've done so many different things. And we're defining just creativity. It's not even really a genre. I mean, there's death metal, extreme metal, but to me, it's an awful lot more than that, you know? Yes, it's aggressive music, but this is our passion, this is our lives, this is what we do.
En parlant des 4 premières masterpieces de Morbid Angel, Altars of Madness, Blessed Are the Sick, Covenant et Domination, quel est l'album que tu préfères, ou en tout cas le morceau dont tu es le plus fier?
That's difficult to say because, well, let me answer this way. With each record, there was a different, new influences, new growth. I think for each time, I can't answer that question. I mean, I like them all. I'm proud of all of it, and I wouldn't want to do anything different because I like the growth. It's something that happened very organically and very naturally. So it's a life statement, you know.
Quels sont pour toi les groupes de l'âge d'or du death metal en Floride qui ont vraiment changé la donne?
Well, aside from Morbid Angel, you mean?
Autre que Morbid Angel, bien sûr.
Well, I would say, speaking personally, I think that Chuck Schuldiner did a lot, R.I.P. One of the first bands that I heard that was doing stuff that really appealed to me was actually The Possessed. I thought that they were one of the first bands that had that little extra teeth in there that I would call a graduation from thrash metal to being, what we know as death metal. And then there's a whole host of bands. I mean, I could sit here and rattle off names all day long, but there's a lot of good artists out there, and I'm happy to see that. Well, other than the aforementioned Chuck Schuldiner, who's no longer with us, there's a lot of bands that are working very hard and they're continuing to stay on top of their game and keep this kind of music alive. It's important.
Est-ce que tu as eu vent des propos que Mike Browning, ex-Morbid Angel, a tenus à ton sujet et qu'as-tu à lui répondre dans...
He doesn't exist.
Bonne question. Bonne réponse, pardon. Revenons maintenant à votre actualité. Est-ce que vous avez déjà commencé à composer des nouveaux morceaux?
Oh yeah, I write constantly writing, and I have some interesting stuff that's you'll hear about soon.
J'ai entendu parler d'un film, moi.
I'm doing some film stuff as well. Yeah, we have the fellow who did our last music video. He's also a movie producer, and he has this really interesting story about an adult film star from New York back in the late 70s. And it's kind of a story about her life and about this sort of mafia-controlled adult film industry. It's not a porn, but it's about the life of an adult film star. Very interesting. It's a good film.
Et tu seras acteur dans ce film?
I'm sorry?
Est-ce que tu seras acteur dans ce film?
Yeah.
Et on peut savoir de quelle histoire il s'agit, de quelle actrice il s'agit?
Well, the name of the original, the actress is Vanessa Del Rio.
Ah ouais.
Yeah.
Je connais, tout le monde connaît Vanessa Del Rio.
I know. I can tell by the look on your face that you know exactly who that is.
Je crois que je me suis beaucoup masturbé sur les films de Vanessa Del Rio. Qu'écoute David Vincent dans son iPod en tournée?
Well, it depends on what mood I'm in. Like around here, I'm quite a big fan of Septic Flesh. I like the new Rotting Christ. Various metal, mostly metal, and then of course I have some of the old country stuff that I like as well. David Allan Coe and Hank Williams, Johnny Cash, this kind of stuff.
Et qu'est-ce qui te manque le plus lorsque tu es loin de chez toi?
I don't miss anything. I don't like to fly, but I like to be there. I just don't like flying. That's the only because it's such a hassle. I mean, I tell you, there's so many bands here that had lost their luggage, and people have been borrowing guitar. In fact, Trey last night, somehow the airline lost his guitar, but they don't know where it is. They have no idea. And I know some of the other bands, Ishan, they have no gear. Several of the bands that are here, their gear didn't show up. So it's a part of this flying thing, and they're making it more inconvenient to do, and it's so expensive, and it's just. But you have to do it. You have to do it. So I grin and bear it for the flights, but then I'm happy when I get here.
Revenons un peu à votre concert d'hier soir. Moi j'étais dans la foule, c'était juste magique. Vas-y, parle-nous un peu de ça.
Well, again, these festivals, there's such a diverse audience that comes to them. So some of them, I could tell that there were people who were specifically Morbid Angel fans and they were there. But I could also tell that there were people who were maybe checking us out for the first time. And therein lies my love for these festivals, is the ability to play for people who maybe have not seen the band before. And I just get up and do my thing. I mean, I go into my zone and I just feel music and I express that on stage.
4 petites questions que je pose à tous mes invités. Quelle est ta couverture d'album préférée de tous les temps?
For a Morbid Angel record or for any record?
Pour tout le monde.
Wow. Man, that's hard to say. I don't know. I can't answer that. There's too many.
Et de Morbid Angel?
You'll send me into overload. I remember the older records that I had when I was a kid. That when you opened it up, there was so many extra things in there. Like Alice Cooper did a lot of that with the $1 Billion Babies record, where the large $1 billion bill and extra photos and cards and stuff that came out of it. People, they used to be much more creative with packaging, and I don't know why that's somehow became not so important anymore. But I also can't bring a record player on the plane anymore. Everything is with iPods now, which is cool because I get to bring so much more music. I'm happy about that.
Oui. Quel est le premier album que tu as acheté?
Ever? What was the first album? I think it was a Grand Funk Railroad album. Yeah, the orange one. It just says Grand Funk. And then shortly thereafter, it was Alice Cooper, and then Kiss, and then Black Sabbath.
Les références quoi. Quel est le dernier groupe qui t'a foutu une tarte?
Well, the last record that I heard that I felt like really spoke to me a lot was this latest Septic Flesh record. I liked it a lot. I thought it was very well done. I love the classical arrangements in it. Very well orchestrated, very well written, front to back. Good listening. Easy listening for when you're going to sleep at night.
Je suis totalement d'accord. Qu'est-ce que tu préfères en France? Le vin, la bouffe, les femmes ou les fans?
They're all equal. They're all equal and they're all very important.
Eh ben regarde. Tu repartiras avec une bouteille de Bordeaux,
oh, wow.
Une dose de métal.
Wow.
Et tu pourras boire ça avec tes potes.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that's not going to last very long, though. Do you have two?
Ouais. Si, faut t'en avoir une deuxième.
Awesome.
Pas de problème, ça roule. Merci beaucoup,
awesome.
David.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it.
C'était un plaisir.
Yeah.
On se revoit bientôt.